Okay, speakers, we're going to go ahead and get into it. So go ahead and like and subscribe, and let's get started. Hi, my speaker fam. How's everyone doing? Hopefully, everyone is having an amazing Sunday. Unfortunately for me, I just got off work, but not gonna rain on nobody's parade. But yeah, I just got off work and I decided to just jump on to kind of, give my opinion in reference to the extended clips that we saw on last night during the end of the special episode. I didn't, get a chance to go over that because of course we were kind of highlighting everything that had took place on the special episode. So I didn't want to make a long video. So I decided to kind of hop on today to kind of go over that, as well as I did stumble across an interview that one of Sheree's friends had done, and she's pretty much taking her opinion on Martell. So we'll kind of go over that as well. And before we deep dive into all of this and get to speaking on everything, please everyone go ahead and like the video. Of course, by liking my video, it helped myself as well as other content creators, such as myself, get out in the algorithm, and it kind of help our videos to be seen out here in these YouTube streets. So please hit that like button. It is free. As well as go ahead and subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bells. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. And just by turning on those notifications, of course, I'm subject to pop up at any time. I haven't kind of came up with a schedule yet, but I will be doing that sooner than later. But anywho, as I always tell y'all, I'm not going to hold you. We're going to kind of go into some things, kind of discuss, get your opinion on how do you feel about the upcoming season, because I'm kind of side-eyeing and kind of questioning some things, because we all know that Mr. King kind of made it a point to let us all know that this season was going to be different from the previous seasons, and we were going to actually see all of the couples out here doing things and making business moves, and I guess less drama. Now, of course, as I said yesterday, of course, we know it has to be a little drama, and we know it has to be a little mess, because of course that's what sells. And he understands that very well. So of course we know that it's going to be things that's going to take place, but not to the point it seems and appears that one cast member is having to fight off everybody else on the show. So that's the one thing that I don't want to see. I don't want this to turn into a bully match. And I even had, people in my comments from the video from last night saying, they just really wish that Mel would just go ahead and leave the show. But as I stated, in another video, I do feel that Mel is handling this the best way. She's pretty much there at their 100th season. She's waiting to get syndicated. And I feel that when she is syndicated, she's going to get paid whether she on this show or not. And as she has stated, when God says it's time to go, she'll go. But until then, she grounded. And it is what it is. And I do feel as though I'm one of these people, you're not going to push me away. You ain't going to push me away. Especially off of anything that I created, you're not going to push me away. So I applaud her for that, because she could have easily walked away. Now, I'm not going to say easily, but she could have let all of this really weigh on her to the point it was a lot to bear, especially with everything else that she's having to deal with, in her personal life. So having to come here and look at these people and film with these people that are against you, it has to be very, very trying for her. So I commend her for that. But kind of getting into the actual clips that they showed of the upcoming season. Now, I am going to kind of play the audio. I'm not going to really show the video because, of course, I'm not trying to get on, I don't need on tripping with me. I'm not, with it. But I did take a clip because I have some questions. I have some questions in reference to this. Now I'm going to play this portion and then I'm going to stop in between the recording so I can kind of elaborate. And of course you can comment, and, comment along as well to tell me and let me know how you feel about certain things. So here is the first clip.
Melody's tea party. We were just starting on some of the etiquette tips.
Miss Betty, you got offended by a tweet that I did. I can apologize to you for that.
Oh, let me shut you down with this. Now shut up. My direct issue with you is how you do things.
And I don't want to cut you off, but here's the thing.
No. I'm so sorry, but you gotta. So I want to finish my Stormy. When you were talking,
she did let me speak.
Mm-hmm. I want to finish my.
I'm gonna let you
thought.
finish. Thank you. You're so welcome.
That's still rude.
Friendship for me is just like all about consistency.
Okay. So there you have it. So my question, I guess, that I would have is why? Why is she here? Why is she here? And the reason I ask is because of the things that we went through with the past seasons with dealing with Miss Wanda. Now, a lot of things with Stormy's mom kind of came, via social media, but I am more than sure that Carlos is well aware of everything that took place on social media. If he can tell you the ins and the outs of everything that's going on with cast members on other shows, that's on other networks, he is well aware of what took place between Miss Betty and everything going on Facebook and all of that. So you were aware that it was a problem already, as well as I'm pretty sure that he is, aware that Stormy and Melody is not in the same place that they once were. Now, to me, it looks as though it's heading in the wrong direction. Now, that's not to say that portions of this was kind of cut out and edited, because of course they're going to leave a little suspense, because of course if they play everything, then what would be the point of watching? So I understand that. So I don't know if this was a situation as at the end they were able to come to some type of, were they able to kind of come together and at least be able to film and not have all of this extra. I do feel as though Mel was trying to extend the olive branch just by just saying, okay, Miss Betty, if you were offended by a tweet I made, I apologize. She was being the bigger person just by going ahead and say, okay, let me clear the air so it's not so much tension. I'm going to apologize whether I feel I'm right or wrong. I'm going to go ahead and apologize because I guess she wants to get in a place where she can, feel comfortable filming with everyone. On top of the fact, you're at her event. Now, I don't know if this was an event and Miss Betty was invited along with Stormy, or was Stormy invited and she chose to bring Miss Betty as a +1. And if that was the case, why would you bring your mother to this event that a woman that Claire, she does not like? And she has made it very clear she does not like her. So why bring her as a +1 if that was what was done? Now, again, I don't know what happened in between these clips or however it may go, but this here, let me shut you down with this. Now shut up. Whether they made up in the end, I don't know what Mel may have said in between. Not really sure. But all I do know is shut up is 2 words that is totally disrespectful. Totally disrespectful. I don't know where they from, Mississippi. I don't know if Mississippi, if people get passes for that, but where I'm from, you tell me to shut up, and that's almost we finna roll, we finna rumble, because that is very, very disrespectful. it's even disrespectful to tell a child to shut up, let alone an adult. How you gonna sit up here and tell this woman to shut up? I mean, I just don't get it. I don't get where these people really, again, it always go back to the audacity of people and how they speak and treat people and then expect for people to bow down and respect them. Oh, no, ma'am. And I'm one of these ones that's big on respecting your elders. But at the same time, you need to respect me as I'm an adult as well. You know, so you're not going to run around here telling me to shut up. And then for Stormy, to me, now we see how this all kind of played behind the scenes a little bit with the Facebook drama. And everybody was wondering why Stormy didn't tell her mother to, to stop it because it seems as though when her mama is on a roll, she get on a roll too. Because did you see how she was buffed up? And let me tell you this. And, to the point that even the lady had to tell her, now, hold up. She let you speak. Let her speak. Oh, I'm going to let her speak. And, she then Mel goes on to tell her, thank you. I mean, just being really, really petty. Like, so we see how this kind of go. We see how this go, and now it makes me kind of understand and feel like when everybody was wondering where you was, why you wasn't telling your mom to get off Facebook with the drama, we see because you were probably in the background, allegedly, cheerleading and poking the bear and making the situation worse. I just don't get it. But then we'll later see here, and let me play that, where she's telling Courtney, her husband, where she hadn't heard from Mel and she's reached out to her. Let's listen to that.
And here we are 4 months later, no talk. The same.
So here she is telling Courtney as if she didn't reached out to Mel and it's been 4 months and Mel haven't reached back out to her. Why should she? Why should she? Not only did she sit up there and she heard how, and she was the one that actually, I'm pretty sure was well aware of what all your mama said on Facebook. And 9 times out of 10, you didn't pick up the phone, probably not one time to say, look, I apologize on behalf of my mama, girl, it's a trip or something. I guarantee you probably didn't do that. But then when you're ready to talk and when you're ready to be, I guess, what you considered an associate, then you expect for her to stop everything she's doing and hurry up and pick up the phone and call you. Like the audacity of these people to just feel as though things revolve around them. Now, we know you got a nice little coin, but at the same time, don't sit up here and act like you better than somebody else and everybody have to kiss your behind to try to be your friend or your associate, as you call it, or however, because, we also heard that you said that Mel was an associate. She wasn't even a friend. But it just seems as though to me, you did what you had to do to get on the show, and now you own the show, and you didn't pick the side. Stay on over there on that side you chose. Stay over there, ma'am. Don't try to come back over here. You stay right on over there with them, and you need to beware of what's coming, because guarantee you, if this is the energy you're gonna bring to this show this season, you thought them people was on you on Facebook. You thought that the millimeters was coming after you. Girl, you finna be in for a very rude awakening. Very rude that you might not be ready for. But anywho, getting moving on to the next scene, and
you turning against me, how would they feel if they know you still begging me to take you back?
Upscale Magazine, I want to thank you guys. Y'all give Upscale Magazine a hand. And listen, I was hoping that y'all could be like some underwear models for me. Yeah, bloomers. I gotta go get some surgery for that. You don't gotta do enlargement, you can just stuff it.
Now, that was one of the little scenes that I kind of went over last night when I was telling y'all about the little review or whatever. That was, where they was speaking about, them getting the, doing the underwear little thing or whatever. Again, I guess that's gonna be another one of Martell's, little experiments. He got him another hobby. Let's just see how that work out and play out. Who knows? It is what it is. But anywho, moving on.
To the doctor Friday and read the PET scan, he said that they don't see anything. He said, you ready to go see the chickens? Chickens. No, chickens, don't do it.
I want you to be better. I want us to be better. I want to be better. This is a good.
So there you have it. Kind of speed up. Of course, one of the scenes was, of course, what we had went over where Kimmy was letting her family and friends know that she had went back and they didn't see any signs of the cancer. The next scene was Courtney and Stormy out playing with the chickens with their son, and which was really, really cute. And then we come up on where Marceau is telling Tisha that he would like for them to be better. I don't know. No comment, child. I ain't gonna comment on them people. I don't know because yeah. So here's a little bit more.
Date night, isn't it?
You did good so far.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I just gotta keep maintaining.
This is just difficult. Nobody come to me and provide me with information about the company that I don't know about ahead of time.
So you're saying as the owner of the company, you should be involved in the hiring and firing? Yeah. Because
so there you have it. Again, that was another little clip from what I had kind of mentioned in previous videos as to Martell is kind of, I guess he's kind of coming up with a business or a project that Tisha's not aware of. And he pretty much is saying that Tisha shouldn't be, I guess, on the forefront of the business anymore. But again, he want to make them better. 1 minute you want to make y'all better, and then the next minute you doing things that look like you trying to cause a divide, because she was not looking happy at that particular moment. So anyways, going forward.
His degree is on the wall. You a lie. It's messed up.
she builds your business up to a multi-million-dollar business, and then you kick her out. Like, you don't respect her.
Now, y'all know I got to stop it right there. Because as you could hear, Martell is saying, because you don't respect her. Martell, you the last person on God's green earth that could say respect in anybody. Because we all know that you don't even know how to spell respect, let alone give it. And I think Marceau even made a comment like, it's like, what? Like, I know you ain't saying that. But again, this is what he do. He wants to be this big bad wolf, but yet and still he wants to tell everyone else what they are, and they aren't. We see you, sir. We see you. Everybody is well aware of the person that you are, and then you want to tell someone about respect. Oof, the audacity of you, sir. So here's a little bit more.
Discipline's where's here. Okay.
Discipline and punishment, we talked about that. I feel like you should be able to support.
Jimmy's earned the right to discipline Monster at whatever level.
No. So this is.
So that is another point that I kind of wanted to highlight, because I did see a lot of people kind of commenting on that portion with Kiowa. I hope I'm saying her name right. With Kiowa, where of course she makes an appearance on the show, and she asks, how has everything been going? And he said that the discipline there is worse. And of course, we hear where Maurice is saying that he feels that Kimmy should be able to discipline Monster on any level, being that I guess he lived with them. Now, a lot of people kind of gave their opinion on how they felt about that. And on last night, I kind of, made mention that it kind of, depend on the dynamic of it. But when I really, really think of it, it's kind of really hard to say when you're on the outside looking in, because we don't know what the relationship is towards Monster and Kimmy. We don't know if Kimmy is someone that he tend to go and kind of talk with, or do they kind of have like a little distant relationship. We seen in the past where it was something that happened and transpired at the school with the vaping situation, and Maurice hadn't even told Kimmy about it. So it kind of make you wonder, how close is Kimmy and Monster. Now, when it comes to the discipline, it was some people that were saying, oh yeah, Kimmy should have that right because he lived with her. Then it was some people saying, no, that shouldn't be. I feel, for me, if I had stepchildren, I think it would be where if I felt it was a problem, it was an issue. Now, if it's something simple as, okay, can you go clean your room, or something to that nature. But when it comes to the discipline portion of it, I think I would, make mention, maybe even voice my opinion to my husband about it. But I don't think I would go as far as saying I would discipline him, especially, and then he's a boy. So of course you kind of tend to, women kind of handle their daughters one way, men kind of handle their son one way, which she has raised a son that we see he's a college graduate, he's successful. So I'm not saying that Kimmy would be, no bad step parent, and but at the same time, I don't think I would even want to be in that position to have to be the one to discipline. Now, again, I would expect for you to respect me, and if you ever need me, I'm here. But when it comes to that discipline thing, I think I'm gonna leave that to you and your dad. And because it's just, it's too much. I'm gonna say that it's too much that go on, especially we see where Kiwa and Kimmy don't have the best of past, so we don't know how much animosity and tension it is still between them. So definitely, if it's still an issue pretty much kind of between the two of you, I definitely wouldn't want to be the one to say, yes, I'm going to discipline your son, and we just got to call a thing a thing. To me, no one is going to handle my children the way I'm going to handle my children. You can love them, you can do all of that, but no one is going to bat for your children the way you're going to bat for your children. Meaning, and saying that to say that what you feel is appropriate, that might be something that I'm totally in disagreement when it comes to my child. It could be something that I don't agree with. And yes, I let my child go live with his father. But at the same time, I do feel that I should have some type of input on his upbringing, including his discipline. So maybe this was a conversation that should have been had prior to the transition of Monster moving with them. Is, okay, how are we going to do this when it comes to discipline? How is this going to, how is this going to work when it comes to Kimmy? This is type of conversation that they should have had as the mom and the stepdad, the stepmom and dad. They should have all sat down and came to an agreement on how they would handle situations such as this. Because for this to even be a topic as of right now, I'm wondering, has he gotten into some type of trouble, and maybe Kimmy felt that she needed to, discipline him in some way. And now discipline, again, doesn't always mean physical. It could be you're punished. It could be you can't drive the car. So discipline could be other things. But to me personally, I don't think I would want to do that, especially if me and the mother don't have a good relationship. I would just leave that to the dad, because y'all, it be so much going on in this world today. And I'm not going to even highlight that, because that ain't what this video is about. But again, I'm gonna just say this: ain't nobody gonna handle your children the way you are, and that's just period. But anywho, moving forward to the next little clip.
Of the Black Business Expo. What I would like to do is have us to work together as a collective. Everybody said we're in?
Well, we're here because we're in, right?
Yeah. What's the budget? Like, what's y'all's budget for your speakers and your panels? I wasn't going to pay us anything to speak.
So let me get this right. So everybody at this table pretty much I'm not sure about Kimmy, but everybody else at this table has pretty much came up against Mel. Everybody at this table is not in the best position with Mel, and you expecting for her to come back with this comeback group or whatever you got going. And when she asks you a question in reference to a budget, pretty much in a nutshell, you don't have one because you had no intentions on paying for any of that. What? What? Now, again, we do hear where Mel, it sounds like she might have been interested, but at the same time, I think you may have lost her because it doesn't seem like your business is businessing. It doesn't sound like you trying to move in the right direction to have success, because we all know with any type of business, it takes an investment. Sometimes you have to invest a little to get a little. You see what I'm saying? And it doesn't seem like she on that note. So I don't know how that's going to wind up or how that's going to work out. But anywho.
You know, a lot of people say you was a puppet, Destiny was a puppet, Tiffany was a puppet. I just feel like if you on family, you will one day do the same thing to me. Excuse me if I'm a little hyper, but that just irritated me.
Okay, I'm gonna not play that whole little scene because it was a lot of explicits coming from mainly Stormy, where her and Kiki clearly exchanged words, and it was a blow up. It was a blow up between the two, and I'm not really sure what they're getting into it about. I guess we'll see it coming up. But again, here we go. Stormy is on her ratchet activity. I'm gonna just say that. I almost said something else, but I'm not gonna do that. But she is on something else. So again, y'all, it's some of these scenes is starting to be questionable. Like, are we finna have a repeat? Or are we really gonna see something different? I don't know. I guess we have to see and watch a couple episodes. But I've had people down in my chat that had said that they ready to black it out already because of Stormy and Miss Betty. So I don't know, y'all, but listen up for this.
Reputation for being a cheater.
You know, I do watch the show. We cheated too.
Simmer down. I just wanted to know, like, how does it feel?
As educated as you are, she actually asked me, are you drunk? My party, my event, and she's my date.
Is Sheree not violent? I thought we were going to have a productive conversation.
Two guys came at you about a conversation you had with a woman.
That part.
And they going to get it off. I promise it ain't no backing off. Did she disrespect her to the point of it was a physical act? She's a grown-ass woman, bro.
Dog, Tiffany should have got smacked for this shit. I'm not saying this.
Next time something happens, I'm going to go to your wife. How about that?
Hey, you're not going to go to my wife.
You know what? Don't go to my wife.
She messing up what I got with Sheree.
So you had a point. I was right. You're right.
Of course I was right.
To go to my wife versus me?
No, he's saying come to
you. Okay.
All right, y'all. And so that was the end of it. I am going to say this, kind of going back to the Sheree situation. Sheree is well aware of what she got herself into. Sheree watched this show. She is well aware of who Martell is, because even prior to them getting deep or whatever they're in, we seen Kenya alleged telling her about Martell. We seen Candy telling Sheree about Martell, as well as Sheree knows. So she is well aware of what's going on. Like she said, she watched the show. So she is well aware. And I honestly believe, in my opinion, that Sheree just playing the game. This is all fun and games to her. Now, again, It very well to me could be a business deal. It could be that he's getting paid for, for being her storyline. All of that could be true. Do I feel like they are an item that tend to do adult things? I do believe that. But at the same time, I feel like Sheree is having fun. Does she take him serious? I don't think so. He might not even take her serious, but everyone is saying, oh yeah, this is a business and this is, a storyline. It may be all of that, but given Sheree's background and Martell's background, even whether it's a storyline, a business transaction, whatever it is, I guarantee you they have indulged in adult activities. And pretty much, in my opinion, for Sheree, I think it's all fun and games, to be honest. That's just where I have it. I don't think she bit more care about what Martell got going on with Arion. I don't think she bit more care about how he running behind Mel. I don't think she care about none of that. I really don't. She just strikes me to be one of these type of people that it is what it is. She has been through things in her previous marriage and other relationships to the point, okay, I'm just out here having fun at this point. It is what it is. Because I can say, and I ran across something, and I'm going to go to it and read it. And this is actually what, of course, her castmate had to say. Now, this is a castmate as well as a friend of hers. So let me get into it. And this is, of course, as you see in the actual thumbnail, this is Sanya Richards Ross. And pretty much she kind of gave in a recent interview that was actually published a couple of days ago, her take on it with Sheree. So basically she says the Real Housewife of Atlanta star Sanya Richards Ross is one of the two cast members on the show who is currently in seemingly a healthy relationship. They go on to talk about how she has an Olympic gold medalist and wants the same for her friends. But she doesn't know if Sheree Whitfield's new man, Martell Holt, is the one. Richards Ross says after watching Holt on Love and Marriage Huntsville, she has some concerns. Whitlow and Holt confirmed they were dating in summer of 2022. The pair reportedly met through mutual friends. Since then, they've traveled to spend time together in their respective towns, have met each other's friends and family, and Holt is appearing in the forthcoming season of RHOA. Whitfield and Richard Ross are friends. While Richard Ross wants Whitfield to be happy, she does have reservation about Holt knowing his public history. She told popculture.com. So I honestly didn't really watch Love and Marriage Huntsville. I have recently caught up since. So before I was happy for her, and still I want to give Martell the benefit of the doubt, Richard Ross explained. Nothing Holt's divorce from his ex-wife Melody Sheree, in which he had a 5-year mistress and a child with the woman in question. Richards Ross added, when I'm with them, I love them together. They seem really into each other. So I'm just kind of sitting back, but Sheree sure knows how to pick them. She joked, referring to Whitfield's track record in men. Sheree Whitfield will appear on Love and Marriage Huntsville with Martell Holt and cause some commotion. And then they kind of go on to tell about, her run-in that she's having with Tiffany. But pretty much from what she is saying, what her friend is saying, it's like they are an item, so I don't know. We all kind of been questioning, is this real? Is this fake? She said that she has been out with them and they pretty much seem like they're happy for each other, but she has her concerns because she has seen what has happened. That's a real friend. Now, whether it's real, fake, whatever, that's a real friend. You do you, but I'm gonna tell you how I feel. I'm gonna give you my opinion. She is way different from what we seen where, Ariane and her friend, and she boosting her up to go fool with a married man. Whereas this lady here, which is a married woman, she's kind of, letting Sheree know, okay, if you're getting serious with him, you need to be careful because of his history. But again, in my opinion, I don't think Sheree care, because I think Sheree is just out here having fun. But pretty much that was it. I also wanted to show y'all this. And pretty much, of course, Carlos kind of highlighted where he would be hosting the 100th episode special of Love and Marriage Huntsville. This was on yesterday. And lo and behold, here comes Destined to Meet Destiny. Now, we all know who she is. She, of course, is the lady that was in Martell's live when he was on live with Ariane, letting it be known this is not Destiny, this is Peggy, as if he was supposed to know who Peggy was. She told Carlos, she said, at Carlos Clean, please take into consideration the other cast members have fans too. It was cruel of you to only have males fans on the 100th episode and allow them to talk about the cast members and call them names. Whew, the audacity of her, honey. Because a lot of times when I'm saying things in reference to some of those people in those groups, she is one of the main ones. She is the one that I was kind of questioning, is she alleged getting paid? And is she on payroll? Because every single day, this lady is going after Mel and Mel's kids. Not just Mel's kids. It was even a post that I seen the other day that was really, really bad. And it had to do with Sugar Mama. But I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to highlight it because I'm not trying to bring that type of attention to, to her or her children. So I'm not going to, but just know that this lady has the audacity to question why wasn't the other cast members highlighted more. Ma'am, go sit down. Please go sit down. Go have a seat. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think she has even said something to Betty before, like they in cahoots together. So, girl, I don't know. It is what it is. Only thing I can hope and pray is that, yes, we do get to see Love and Marriage Huntsville in a whole nother light, and we don't have to come up on the same issues that we have in previous seasons, especially last season, when it seems as though everyone was bullying Mel. We're not trying to see that this season. We're not trying to see it. But that was it. That was all that I had. Everyone, please, if you have not already liked the video, please go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave your comments down below. Let me know how you feel about this upcoming season. Do you think that we headed down the road we already been on, or do we give it a chance? I don't know. We, see where everything is. Let me know also about that, because I'm very interested in the Kiowa and Kimmy and Maurice and Monster situation. How do you feel about it? How would you handle it? Also, let me know how you feel about Miss Steele being added to the show. Now, I'm not sure how many scenes she'll be in, but of course we see that she in this scene and she ain't acting accordingly. So how do you feel about that? How do you even feel about Stormy even being on the actual show at this point? Because of course she's not showing herself in a good light either. Also, let me know how you feel about what Sandra had to say in reference to Sheree and Martel. Let me know how you feel about that. Now, again, till next time, love each and every one of you. Thanks for the support and thanks for the love. And everyone, enjoy the remaining of your Sunday. Have a good night, everyone, and be blessed.